Hi, it's me. Number 5. Do you know what a glass frog is? Well, there are over 300 species of them, but they all share one common feature, a see-through underside that makes their internal organs visible. When they're little tadpoles, their undersides are opaque, but as they grow up, they can make it transparent by moving sacs full of guanine, a naturally occurring substance that scatters light, over to their sides. Since their undersides are mostly made up of sacs full of water and guanine, they basically act like little frogs doing the hokey pokey. And just like us, they do this by moving their body in a wave-like motion. And while we don't know exactly why some have longer snouts than others, we think it might have something to do with how they jump. Their long snouts help them steer while they're flying through the air, kind of like a plane's rudder helps it steer through the sky. And some species have webbed feet to help them glide even farther. In fact, some can jump more than 20 times their body length and almost 4 times their height. That's like jumping over a building 40 feet away and 16 feet tall. Impressive. However, unlike us, they can move their insides in different directions. Now, we don't know exactly how or why they do it, but it could have something to do with their environment, since a lot of animals change sex when there aren't enough of one of the sexes around. For example, if there aren't enough females, some male glass frogs might start developing into females instead. Now, scientists don't know for sure if they actually change their sex or if they just born with both sets of sex organs. But either way, it's pretty neat to see how adaptable these little frogs are. By changing how the guanine is distributed in their bodies, they can control how much light passes through their bodies and even change the pattern of the light show their insides put on. This is handy for camouflaging themselves against the sky or blending in with the colors of their surroundings. Some frogs can even change the color of their back to match the pattern on their undersides, like a coat of many colors. But that's not the only amazing thing about these little frogs. And just like their translucent undersides, they use this ability to help camouflage themselves. Instead of having gills like most aquatic animals, they gulp air at the surface, then swim around with their mouths open, letting the oxygen slowly diffuse into their bodies. Big pupils dilate their eyes, making them look bigger and more like eyes that are bulging out of their sockets, which is an adaptation that helps protect them from daytime predators. However, when they're hanging out under the sun, they constrict their pupils to make themselves look less like a tasty treat and more like a boring beetle. So let's hop into 5 interesting glass frog facts. Number 1. Some glass frogs can change the opacity of their undersides at will. Number 2. Some species of glass frog can also change the size of their pupils. 3. The way glass frogs breathe underwater is pretty neat too. Number 4. They're also known as the Pinocchio frogs because some of them have really long snouts. Number 5. There are even some frogs that can change their sex. Thanks for watching. See ya.